What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Sam Jones. Sam Jones, of course, is the manager of Joe Joyce, Joe the Big Juggernaut Joyce, which states that because Anthony Joshua needed an SOS, basically a quick fighter, he said that Joe Joyce would come in with open arms and fight Anthony Joshua right away. In fact, he says Joe Joyce is better than any of the other candidates that Eddie Hearn was looking at. He said that Joyce beats Anthony Joshua 100%. And, you know, he made his reasons why. And, you know, he did debunk a lot of things in this interview. This was an interview from IFL. And he stated that he questioned why these American heavyweights were turning down the opportunity to fight Anthony Joshua with 3 belts. Now, he went on to say Kalnaki turned down the opportunity, saying he didn't have enough time. But he says this guy's a tough guy, but he comes in the ring looking like Homer Simpson. He says Luis Ortiz is 50 years old, but says that he needs more time. And so, like, what is he waiting for? He just finds it strange why these guys turn down this opportunity to fight these particular fights with this particular fighter, with this type of opportunity, you know. And me counterpunching Sam Jones, I will agree on him that I wonder why a lot of these fighters are turning this opportunity down, because this is really, I wouldn't say a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, but it may be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for some of these fighters, because let's face it, the fighters that have been recommended, like Luis Ortiz, this is more than likely his last chance to fight a heavyweight champion. See, just because Deontay Wilder says that he's going to give you his title shot, he might. And if he can make a certain amount of money, it won't be what he made with Joshua. Nothing is what Joshua gives you, okay? Now, a lot of people might think, you know, especially pro-Wilder fans, oh, well, he can make that if he fights Fury, and then he could make that if he fights Deontay Wilder. I clearly doubt that Luis Ortiz's profile has raised since he's fought Wilder. I think that it's hard for him to get $500,000 and then turn around and give him $5 million. And then that was the rumored amount of money. So again, we don't even know how much he was actually offered, but the idea of him not wanting this fight against Anthony Joshua is rather suspicious. So Sam Jones might be onto something. You know, he did state that Tyson Fury is the best heavyweight, even though that's his friend. So you don't know how biased that is, but it's probably automatically at this point. But then it's like with Joe Joyce, he looks at him very highly, and he's trying to get a name for himself. But he said something real interesting in this interview, and it's something I want to point out. He said that if you're a heavyweight and you're not in the game or in the business to fight one of the top 3, Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua, or Deontay Wilder, you're in the heavyweight division for the wrong reasons. And, you know, he's absolutely right. You can't get any bigger than those 3 as of right now. You can't get any bigger than Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder, nor Tyson Fury. You know, regardless of what order you want to look at these guys and who you place above who, these 3 guys are going to be the guys that you fight if you want to do anything in the heavyweight division. And it is strange why these fighters are just turning this opportunity down. You know, now as far as Adam Kalnaki, he's a younger fighter. So he might, in his mind, well, I got time because he's higher on the ranks of the WBC because he's considered to fight Deontay Wilder on down the road. Luis Ortiz, Andy Ruiz, he's also a young fighter, you know, with those same type of advantages. He's an Al Heyman guy, so Al Heyman likes to keep his fights in-house. So, you know, he might get a shot at Deontay Wilder later on down the road also. But Luis Ortiz, if he's promised for a fight with Deontay Wilder, that shouldn't be his only reason for not doing so. Because I don't see him wanting the WBC belt that bad to miss up 3 other opportunities for 3 other belts, because each belt is an opportunity and a responsibility, So I feel that Sam Jones might be on to something, like some foul play he was saying. He said, I think it's suspicious that these guys are just turning this fight down. Maybe they're worried about losing. You know what I mean? That might be the case, because the worst thing they could do is lose, but the best thing they could do is win. Because if they beat Joshua, they're going to have to fight Joshua in the UK. He's bringing them over to the UK for a rematch, and then they're getting a percentage. I don't give a damn if it's 40-60 in the favor of Anthony Joshua. They're still getting a percentage of that revenue. People are going to flock in to see that fight. And if it's not a fluke, that fighter can do that again. That way, that fighter will get that first-time Gennady Golovkin money, that $30-40 million after percentage splits. Something that will change their life forever. And I don't understand why these fighters are turning it down. I guess they don't understand the seriousness of it, or people are leading them astray. That's a part of their business team. And I do question Ortiz's business team. I do. I think that, we will see if they're caught up in some lies. But before this particular situation, we had the situation where Dillian Whyte wasn't even going to fight Anthony Joshua. When Dillian Whyte pulled out, that was Ortiz's business team's responsibility to make that fight happen. Everyone knows that. Then after 2 weeks goes by, then he signs with Miller, because Miller does his back and forth with negotiations. Him and Serafina, right, and his team. And they get the money that he wants, and he decides to sign the dotted line. Then, all of a sudden, de repente, he comes around and says, oh, yeah, I'm ready to fight you for any amount of money. You see what I'm saying? Like, that bothers me, because that's like, okay, why did you come out then? Why didn't you why did you come out at all? It's just almost like, to me, where you're trying to show other people that you want something that you don't want. That's what I'm looking in from the outside looking in. That's what I see. You're just trying to make this story and make people believe that, hey, yeah, Luis wanted this fight, but he's been silent for 2 weeks. People know what happened. People are not dumb. You think I'm the only one that does videos? I'm not the only one that reported, like, where the hell is Ortiz at? Because I sure as hell did. It's all been documented. Not new media. It's real media. And I really made a damn video about Luis Ortiz. Chronologically, where the hell is he and why hasn't he called out Anthony Joshua, since Anthony Joshua needs a dancing partner? So back again, Sam Jones, he does have a good argument with that, but for him saying Joe Joyce beats Anthony Joshua 100%, no. You're just saying that because you're supposed to say that. That's your fighter. At the end of the day, I understand you supporting your fighter. Joe Joyce is a fighter that really, he hasn't had a lot of professional fights. And in fact, he's somewhat of a late bloomer. Anthony Joshua's everything but that. Joe Joyce, he is a big, tall guy. You know what I mean? He does have talent, but he does get hit a little too much. He got hit a little bit too much for Stavern, to me, for Sam Jones to claim that Joe Joyce beats Joshua 100%. Hell, even Joe Joyce said, I'll give myself 50-50 with Joshua if he took the fight now. So we already know that if your man don't believe in 100% that he can beat Joshua, why should we believe you? So no, I don't buy that. I see Joshua shutting down Joe Joyce because of the lack of experience, and the speed. A lot of factors will come into that play. And the factor Joe Joyce would have, he does have power and he is big. He is huge. But he reminds me of a bigger, well, no, really not even a bigger, but he reminds me of Dominic Breazeale in a sense. just a little bit more skilled and a little quicker than Dominic Breazeale. So I don't see, him beating Joshua though. You know what I'm saying? But it would be a good fight. But the whole point Sam Jones was trying to make, that his fighter is available. His fighter would like to fight one of the top three because that's what it's about, fighting the top heavyweights. If you're not in it to fight the top heavyweights, get the hell out of it. You're wasting your time. But, I just wanted to, share that with you guys, a breakdown of what Sam Jones had to say about Joe Joyce and all the other heavyweights and this whole Anthony Joshua fiasco with him looking for an opponent. I will leave the link below. It's about 15 minutes if you got time to look at it. But, of course, tell me what you think. Please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.